Intanto benvenuti a tutti,
Welcome everybody,
sia le persone qua in presenza che a tutte le persone che ci seguono da casa.
to the people that are here in front of us and to the people that are online.
E benvenuta cara Amudra.
And welcome, dear Amudra.
È un piacere averti qua con noi in presenza.
It's a big pleasure to have you here in presence with us.
Con tutta la tua energia femminile.
With all your feminine energy.
Iniziamo con lei il nostro giorno 5.
We start with Amudra, our fifth day,
che condividerà con noi tutta la sua esperienza.
she will share with us all her experience.
Amudra accompagna le persone al respirianesimo.
Amudra guide people through Breatharianism.
Ed è anche esperta in trauma therapy.
And she is also an expert in trauma therapy.
Quindi non voglio portar via tanto tempo, lascio lo spazio a lei.
So I don't want to take any other time and I let the space to Amudra.
Thank you too.
It's really wonderful to be here again for the second year. And many thanks to Rafaela, Nicolas, and the whole team here to make this festival so nice and warm and open, and everybody feels great here. So thank you very much. And of course, thank you all here for coming here to this place, this special place where we can share, and we can share experiences, we can ask questions, we can talk to each other and feel each other. Because I think that's a very important thing to connect when you're on this path, on the Pranic Living path, or as I call it, the journey towards the Pranic state of being. And we need each other. We need people who can understand us. Very important. And last year I talked a bit about my life and how I became, well, I never used the word breatharian, but this pranic state. And this year I came here and I thought, okay, I'm going to ask some questions to the people who are here. What do you want to hear? I think that's the most important thing, because that is much more important than my life story, I think. I'm writing a book, so that will be the life story. And well, I heard of a lot of women here. They wanted to talk about the women's stuff. What happens to our body in this transitioning to pranic? So a lot of it will be about women. But men, this is also very important for you to hear. Yeah. Well, I first wanted to start with how I see, how I give it the retreats. I think that's very important. For me, it's very important to go back to the body. So learn people to feel their body again. So the body tells you what it wants to tell you, so you can hear it. Because we got further and further away from our bodies. We have stress, we are in midst of society, we have a lot of people around us, a lot of things we have to do, and we forget our bodies. So in my retreats, I still used a 72 hours dry fast or water fast. And when it is water fast, we ask your body how much water. And maybe it's just 2 sips of water a day. But it's important, so we use your body as a pendulum to ask your body what it wants to do. So does it want to be dry? Because people come in these retreats and their minds tell them, okay, I'm going to do a dry fast. But does your body really want to? Because it's kind of a harsh way. And we don't want to pressure our body. We want to work with our body. That's a really important thing. So every 24 hours, we asked the bodies of my participants, okay, what do you want to do the next 24 hours of this 72-hour fast? And, well, the body answers. So this is very important, I think. To give you an example, for me, dry fasting is not a very nice thing for my body. I think in total, I did it, I know, the first time for 4 days. And I think it was 2 years later, I did it for 3 days. And then last year, I did it for a week. And that's it from beginning 2018. So my body wants some fluids, water or tea or a cup of coffee. I love that. So be soft to the body. Really important. Yeah. And what can we experience? What does our body do when we go through this process, especially in the first 3 months? We experience a lot of things in our body. And it is from kind of thinking your ears are closed. Maybe you recognize this. Hair loss, aching joints. What can we experience more? Well, all kind of, like you have a bladder infection. Well, and a lot of little things, of course, detoxing. And this is part of the healing process of the body. And I remember I forgot to tell you in the 3-day dry fast or water fast, what happens to the body, because there is a scientific explanation why this is so healthy for you. The first day of your dry or water fast, the body will extract the glycogen. I don't know the word in English. I think so. The fuel, the fuel from the liver and from the muscles. Those store the energy from everything you have eaten and drinking before. So the first 24 hours, the body does not do very much, just burning up the fuel that is still in the body. And after that, it starts burning fat. But the second day is a very important day, because when it ran out of fuel, the body is in a bit of stress, and the body reacts to this by making more new stem cells. And those stem cells are very important. Renewal of the system, renewal of the organs, and also the body goes in, again, a difficult word in English, autophagy. Yeah, autophagy, yeah. Autophagy in Dutch. And that means that the cells themselves clean themselves up. So everything that is not useful anymore inside the cell will be transformed into some proteins, and the rest is let go. So I always say simply, okay, the body gets rid of the cells that are not functioning in a proper way anymore or which are damaged. So the cell renewal is very fast. So this is what fasting does to your body. So it's very important. So now you know the scientific part of it. And when we go to the things you can feel in this process, in the months, the first months, especially the first 3 months are very important because a lot of work happens in the first 3 months in the body. The first 3 months, 80% of your cells will be renewed. And a lot of people do not know this because all of the soft tissue of your body renews itself very fast. So that will be like the eye. The eye, all the cells of the eye will renew themselves in 48 hours. A totally new eye in 48 hours. And all the mucous membranes are really fast. So everything that is soft in your body renews itself very fast. And other parts of the body and organs, well, they are a little bit slow, and the bones are the most slow ones to renew themselves. So these first 3 months, 80% of your body will be renewed. And the last 20% will be in this year. Because we see that the renewal of the cells will go very fast when you are into this process. Faster than, well, let's say normal people, normally eating people who are not in this process of broadening their awareness. And so every process goes faster, every healing goes faster. So that's why the first 3 months, there's a lot happening into the body. Also with the hormones. The hormones are a little bit scrambled together, I always say. And yeah, so you can feel it. Men can feel it, women can feel it. And the first 3 months is mostly you are so connecting to your body and everything that happens. Then you can, with this hormone changing, you can also experience that your libido is a bit down. It will come back, don't worry. Yeah. But this is what it does to the libido with the hormones. So also for all women, your menstruation can maybe not come these 3 months. And afterwards, it will stabilize again. When we have something, when we feel something in the body, or we think about disease or illness, we always think, okay, there's something wrong. But I see it differently. I work with German New Medicine, and some of you might know it, others may not. But it's a different way to look at disease and illness. Because our body is so intelligent. Our body knows how to heal itself. You know, our mind is an enormous biocomputer. So let's look at the body and let's connect to the body with all of those things we experience in the body. So I gave the example of the ears, that you can feel like your ears are closed in the first couple of months, or maybe later it will come back. It's a healing process of the ears. And if we look at this, it is that maybe you have heard too many things from the outside. So you have to go inside, listen to yourself. yeah, I think that's it. So not so many noises from the outside. Learn to listen to your body and to yourself. So it will pass. It's very annoying. I had it too, I think for 6 weeks or something. It was very annoying, but it's okay. So when you can look at it like this, you can say, okay, that's good. My body is healing. When you have something that we perceive to be even more painful, maybe the bladder issue, bladder infection, or the feeling of a bladder infection, do we really know what it is? We just think a lot of females, a lot of women have had a bladder infection, or maybe they have it every year or every couple of years. And we always think, oh, this is terrible. And oh, my body does not work like it should work. But a bladder infection or the feeling of a bladder infection is a healing process of the body. And this, when we look at German New Medicine, is the healing of a process in the body that started because you didn't guard your boundaries. So it is, and all of the female things are. You know, in the female reproductive organs, it's all about boundaries, setting your boundaries. Maybe somebody came over your boundaries, or you let them come over your boundaries, or, you know, in sexuality, or in somebody talked down to you, somebody argued with you. Those are all boundaries. And in the healing process, this starts healing. And in the bladder, the explanation when we look at German New Medicine is very easy, because, you know, this body, we are like animals. So by having a bladder infection, you have to pee a lot. So you pee and you pee and you pee. And this is when we look at the animal world, to set your boundaries. So it's very logical. It's a logical explanation. And this is with everything we experience. So it has a purpose. Even if it is painful or annoying, it has a purpose. And if you have a judgment on it, it will keep on going. It will be an ongoing process of coming, keeping, the process keeps active. And when it is healing, you are judging the healing phase. So it goes back into being an active process. So please be aware that everything that happens to your body, which we normally look at as a disease or an illness, is a healing process. So be kind to the body and say to the body, okay, you're doing very good. Healing, you are healing very good. Thank you. So a better understanding of the body will help you in this process. Also, what happens to some people, and of course we can see this more in women in this whole journey, is hair loss. And normally you will think, oh, I have a vitamin B shortage. I have hair loss. But it is not. I researched it with somebody of the German New Medicine, and she called me some some months later, and she says, I know what it is. Because this is such a big transformation for the body. This is what happens. Because in the animal world, so it's kind of nesting conflict. So in the animal world, when the female animal makes a nest, to get some, let's say, some kittens or others, she will make the nest with hairs or feathers. So hairs will fall out to make the nest. And for females, our body and our house is our nest. So a big change in the nest will make your hair fall out. Not everybody, but it can happen. So don't have a scare. It will grow back, and it will grow back better and different. And maybe you have experienced this in this journey, that your hair is different. I know my dread artist said, and I was about 6 months into the process, and she said, what did you do? Your hair is different. It's much thicker. So, and even I didn't experience any hair loss, but I cannot tell because it will be in the dread. So it's different for me. But some other women who had a lot of hair loss in this process, they had their hair grow back better. So don't be afraid to lose some hairs. And okay, when we look at the female organs, it is very important that we detox on the inside. So everything that can come out the first months can be really weird. It can have several colors, and it can have a strange odor to it. So normally we are used to go to the doctor and say, oh, what happened? Do I have a fungal infection or a bacterial infection? And we will get something to put in, and okay, it will go away for a while. But now, knowing that it is a detox and it is a healing process of the body, of the uterus, of the womb, we can look at it and we can say, okay, well, really good, because all kinds of sexual things about sexual boundaries are healing. So it's a really good thing. So when you have a yeast infection, ladies, or a bacterial infection, and the bacterial infection is the one who doesn't smell so good, and the yeast infection is the one that itches, please be happy with it and communicate with your partner what it is, because we are stars in covering up smells and things, because we do not want to tell our partner. Please be open. Please be open in this whole process. Just tell what is happening, and maybe you can invite him to read something about German new medicine, so he can understand, or if your partner is a she can understand. Yeah. So very important that we let these healing processes of our bodies heal the whole way, and that we accept it and don't judge anything that happens to our body, because that will trigger something else. Very important. And I know it is not a really nice thing to have all kinds of different pains and illnesses and everything that happens to the body, especially in the first months, but it is a part of your journey of healing. And healing the body means going up in frequency. And in this pranic path, it's a very beautiful path. And also when you experience, I'm just thinking about the questions. Oh yeah, there were a lot of questions about menstruation and the week before menstruation, because we always want chocolate in that week or want to eat a lot. So when you are in these first months, how do you do this? How do you do this when you are monojuicing, for example? Oh, you think, oh, this juice, I want something else. I want to chew on something. Yeah. So I think this is important that you realize, okay, this week before I get my period, I have to do something else. So what to do? Yeah, and when you are on, especially in my process, in an 8th week monojuicing, so the inner lining of the intestines heal in a very fast way. It is very important that you have backup. So I always say to my participants, when you are in this week or just before this week, call me. Because sometimes a little conversation, maybe a 10-minute phone call will help you. And I will tell you, okay, this is now happening. So write down everything that happens to you, everything you feel, everything you experience. Use it and do the cell cleansing, the visualization, the meditation to help you in this. Keep yourself busy with other things instead of thinking about food the whole time, because that's not nice. And sometimes I say, okay, when you have really bad PMS, okay, then we are going to change something in your diet. Maybe we're going to change that week to liquids, so juicing during the day and maybe a soup in the evening. Maybe that will be the solution for this. Because our body works differently than a man's body. In this process, we have so many hormones going up and down during the whole month. So it's really important that we cannot do this like men do. Men can do this really good, this process, I always say, because they have a goal and they go. And we have hormones who say, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else and I want to eat right now. Yeah, right now. And, you know, sometimes the eating part is, you can also see that as a present. Because, of course, I look deeper into, because I'm a trauma therapist, I look into this. When you have a craving for something, okay, then I say, okay, good. This is good. Because something comes up. Something wants to show itself. And then I say, okay, you sit down, but maybe the craving is so big that you first have to eat it. Eat it. Just enjoy eating it without judgment. And then you sit down and then you're going to feel, okay, this food that I really craved, what does this tell me? And does it have a link with the past? So the question to yourself is, when in my life did I eat this product, this food? When did I eat it a lot? And what can I remember? What are the memories attached to this product? And therewith the emotion. Because it can be a good one or a not so good one. So it can be that you need love. and comfort. So I'll give an example for me. So I have a special kind of cookie. And well, the bakery doesn't make it anymore, so I cannot buy it anymore. But it reminds me to my grandmother. So then I know, okay, this is something, okay, I need some motherly, grandmother warmth or love. But it also can be something that reminds somebody to a very stressful time in their lives. Or it reminds them to their childhood in which you always got food as a reward. Not attention, but food. So really write down every emotion that is coming to this memory. So what is the connection with this food and this memory and the emotions? So you are very aware of it. This is why I'm craving this. And was there a trigger before? Or is it the overall feeling of you and your body right now? So be very aware. And you can use this to write down everything. Also, write down the emotion, very important. And then when you are done, you're going to read it out loud for yourself. Because one thing is thinking it, so remembering. The other thing is writing it down. But the most important thing is to make it real, to give it words, to give it sound. And you will experience that the real emotion will come if you will read it to yourself out loud. Then it becomes real. And I always say afterwards you can do the visualization, pranic cell cleanse, or even another visualization you have for yourself. But I think it's important that we clean the cell memory, because this is all this pollution in the cells, the limiting beliefs and limiting convictions we have stored, not only from our lives, but also it came with this first cell from your father and from your mother and from generations. We have all stored this. And this memory, this cell memory, will be transported to the new cell every time. So this is what limits us, what really limits us. To be open, to use the word freedom. Because we are not free if these old ideas and convictions are still in our system. Even if you do not believe them as to be your truth anymore. Maybe once they were your truth. And they are still stuck inside every cell of our body. So be aware of your cell memory. And clean it. Yeah. Yeah, interesting, our bodies. And sometimes also the lack of connection to our bodies. So I think it is important to be really good friends with your body. And I say to my participants, okay, so when you're at home again and you step into the shower and afterwards you step out, and please, maybe with some coconut oil, please caress your body, every part of your body, because we are used to do some body lotion or coconut oil, just, ready. But really pay attention to your body. Know your body. Every part of your body. And especially the women. I think it's so important that you know how your body looks like. You know, I think there are women who never saw their vagina, never took the time to sit and spread their legs and put a mirror in between and really take a good look. How do I look? How do I look? And then you can see every change. So let us do that more. Sometimes really take the time to look at your body. And so you can see every change. And don't feel afraid or scared if something changes. Don't run to the doctor. But first really feel, okay, what is this telling me? And if you have the knowledge of the new German medicine, you will see that there is no fear. There is an insight. This part is healing. And I do not say don't go to the doctor, but please first be aware yourself what is happening to the body. Because sometimes in these processes, we need a doctor. It's really okay. Just feel what's best for you. But if you know about the other way of looking at diseases, you can also take that. And there is not so much fear, because fear of a diagnosis or a diagnosis causes another process to go on in your body. So really important that you have knowledge of this, of the body and how it works. And also when we look at menopause, a really important topic. Well, I can tell you a lot about it because I'm going through it right now. Yeah. And it was very interesting. So since a year or two, my body has become a little fuller again, because at first I was skinnier. And I thought, okay, this is interesting. So in this pranic process in 2018, I dropped 10 kilos and I was 52 kilos by then. And it was really skinny for me, for my body, what I was used to. And I had a lot of issues with it, this skinny body. Because, yeah, I thought, oh, I don't want to have a skinny body like this. And then I noticed, okay, this is a lot of judgments on my body. But this was really my process because I came from sports and nutrition, and this body had to look a kind of way in the perfect proportions. So the body was very important for me to look good. And so I thought, okay, yeah, I know this process, of course, because there's no acceptance of the body if it's not the right form for me. So I think in a few weeks I was aware of this. Okay, this is what's going on. I have to learn something from this. And I think, okay, well, can I just accept this skinny body? Because this year, I said this year, can I accept this skinny body for a year if this is what is best for this process? And I thought, yeah, I can do that. But I said, okay, but after this year, when every cell in my body is renewed at least one time, I think I want to be about 58 kilos or 57 kilos. That will be okay. And I just accepted, and I stopped losing weight. At the moment, there was acceptance on the body. So this is also a very important thing to realize, that if there is acceptance on the body in this moment, that this is part of the process, then you can just relax into it. So in 2018, okay, I was the whole year, I was 52 kilos. And then after a year, And I don't meditate on it every time or put it in the universe every time. No, I just thought it one time. I think, okay, let's see what it does. And after a year, my body gained weight. It was very, very interesting, I thought. So in 2 months, I gained a weight, and then I was 57 kilos. And I thought, oh, this works. This is really good. It really works the way I thought it would work. And now the last 2 years, I get bigger. I don't have a scale, so I don't know how much I weigh, but and I said, okay, this is this process, but the other way around. So look at yourself naked in the mirror, and what do you think? What do you think of this body that is bigger than you are used to? And I thought, okay, no, it's totally okay, because I think this is what the body needs in this time of my life, with the hormone changing and everything changing around me. So this is my body for these years. And maybe in a year or 2 years or 3 years, it will change again. So this is beautiful to see that you can accept your body. Really important, because I see a lot of people losing weight in this process, and they are so fixated on the losing weight. But it's not about the losing weight, it's about the process. But see what process is behind it. This perfection, this this standard that we have to be. And of course, I know that if you get older, I'm 53 right now. When you get older, it's not that important anymore, because other things become more important. But you also know that I want to look beautiful. It's just, I did Fashion Academy, and I had clothing stores until I was 37. So I love beautiful things. So appearance is important, but not the most important thing. And you can look beautiful in every age and in every size. And I think that's the most important thing in this. So this menopause thing. Well, I thought, okay, I couldn't really imagine what it was before, when I was not going through menopause, because of course I heard from my mother. My mother had hot flashes from when she was 48 until now, and now she's 75. So she always told me, oh, I think you will get them too. And I said, oh, please keep your convictions to yourself. Yeah. And I had some hot flashes, but not many, so that's not my thing. But I had a lot of joint pain in my hips. And it was so bad that I couldn't sleep anymore. I just tossed and turned, and I couldn't lay on my hips. It was a terrible thing. But I took a deep dive in it. So this was last year, October. And I realized, okay, my hips, they are my base. So your stability. And what happened is last August, last year, my father died. And I thought, this is related to this. So what is happening? So I lost my base, my stability. Yeah, I could see the connection. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to dive into this, because I know it is a healing process. So the body is healing already, because it's painful. Painful is healing. But how can I support this healing? So I went inside the body. And in visualization, I saw, okay, what can I do to help the healing process? So I do a lot of cell cleanse, and I do it very quickly. When I give a session, it's about 1.5, 2 hours, but I can do it very fast. When you know the method, you can just go in, dive deep, and when you have one topic, it's even more simple to clean it and to support it, and also to connect to the body. So connecting to the hips and talking to the hips. And every organ, every bone you do this with, it will talk back to you in meditation, in visualization. Again, back to the body, connecting to the body, because we are the body. We are more than the body, of course. We are a multidimensional being, but your soul has chosen this body to be the vessel this time on this earth. So it's so important to connect to the body and to the earth. Yeah. Oh, I'm not done. Okay, so menopause. So there are a lot of things are going on through menopause, of course. So I have just the joint pains, but I know a lot of my friends have hot flashes, have depression, have anxieties, panic attacks. So we can all see they are healing processes because the hormones are changing. Some ongoing processes come in healing, and you can look it up at New German Medicine. What part of the body it is, so what kind of conflict it was, and what conflict is healing right now, so you can support this. Yeah. So it's a beautiful process, and we look at it mostly as a judgment on the body. Oh, I feel tired. Oh, I have pain. Oh, I have hot flashes. But it is a healing process. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful period in the life of a woman. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all for a lot of women. But see it as healing. Important. Okay, now it's time for some questions.
Yes.
Because I can talk a whole day.
We have a question that is here online since the right beginning of because when you said at the beginning, I asked all the people, and one person online wrote it just at the beginning. So, what were your challenges and still are on this path?
This path. My challenges. Yeah, well, we are human, so we have a lot of challenges, I think. I think in the last years, my challenges were in relationships and about boundaries, speaking out, open communication. These were my things to work on. And I think, okay, I get them now, and I learned a lot in the last few years. But I am sure there will be more challenges. And if they mean, are there challenges in food? There are not. For me, I don't think about food at all. I eat sometimes because I think it is a way of connecting to my family, connecting to friends, connecting to a partner. So the only moments I will eat will be social moments. And my body is okay with that. No judgment on it. So normally during the week, I drink some tea and coffee every day, just 1 or 2 cups, because I love making coffee. You know, grinding the beans like a little ritual instead of cooking. So in the weekends, when I'm with somebody, eating is okay. And of course, I notice that when I eat something like lunch or something in between, my body does not react to it. But when I go to a restaurant, I eat a big meal in the evening, okay, my body gets tired and I have to sleep a lot more. But that's okay in the weekend. Yeah, but I can switch on and off. I can eat or not eat, eat or not eat. So I don't have the challenge of that, what a lot of people have. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, another question.
Hello. Yeah, thank you for this interesting talk and about women's issues. They're not a lot talked about. So I've got two questions. The first one, New German Medicine. Is this a book or a website where can we find more information?
Yeah, you can find it on the internet, but I also will put a link in the Telegram group of the festival here.
Thank you.
Because I already found it in English.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. It's
Excellent.
really interesting.
Thank
Yeah.
you. And the second question is about menopause. So I've been through menopause. I think I'm out on the other end. And what I noticed, a lot of women put on weight during menopause because the metabolism changes. And I always felt maybe the body is showing me it needs less food. So I felt guided towards the pranic path since menopause. So that is another way of looking at it. Rather than eating the same, the body shows me it needs less, it needs maybe more water or whatever to maintain the weight. So that's what it wants. So that I don't know what you're thinking about that.
Yeah, well, I gained weight and didn't eat anything anymore, but so I think it's different for everybody. You know, I also know women who lose weight during menopause. So everybody is so different, but you listened very good to your body, and it's a beautiful process you stepped into. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, this is all about listening to the body and not comparing yourself to anybody else, because we are all so different, men and women. Everybody is different. Everybody reacts in a different way because we have different processes going on in our body and different healing stages. Yeah.
There's another question online. Hello, Amudra, and thank you for your sharing. My question is, what do you think is the most important in life? Thank you.
What the most important thing is in life? I think it is self-love, self-acceptance, and also connection. Connection, because as a human being, we need others. We are not solo, pretend to be just one. We need each other. We need this connection, this interaction, this personal connection with the other human being. Yeah. So that is why my retreats are very small. So everybody gets the attention they need. And yeah. Another question. Yes.
Hello, thank you for your talk. I don't speak English very well, but I try. So I want to know about menstruation. I had a friend who was crude and she on raw food, and she haven't menstruation, had not menstruation, and she said this was normal because menstruation was not a physiological thing. I don't feel it's good. So I was afraid when I heard about your process that it can happen. How do you experiment the menstruation in your body and in the other people body, other woman, if it's regular and this thing?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, well, my menstruation just was regular the whole time. So when you're not menstruating, when you should be, every cycle, every moon cycle, it can mean two things. When you are very skinny and you have no fat at all, the body will go into a phase of keeping everything to itself. So the menstruation will stop. You know, we see it in people who are anorexic also. They have no menstruation mostly. On the other hand, so this is a real good topic. So especially people who do raw food or just fruit, maybe this can happen. So is there enough body? Or is the body keeping everything in? And the other way to look at it is there is a process in healing or showing itself. So why are you not menstruating? And it can be several things. You don't feel very good about yourself. So you don't feel very good with your partner. So the body says, okay, we will not produce an egg because we do not want to reproduce because the conditions are not right. So this is what the body does. Maybe it shows a process of you, mostly in people who had a bad childhood. You have made an agreement with yourself and you are not aware of this mostly. You have to go inside to get this. When you had a bad childhood, maybe you promised yourself, okay, I'm never going to have children because this is not a good environment for children. So there are a lot of things you can take a look at when things like this happen. And I have heard women, especially from the raw food, say van, oh yeah, but menstruation is just detox. So we don't have to detox anymore. So there's no menstruation. Menstruation is a totally different process. It's about reproduction. So yeah, this is my truth, of course. So everything can think or feel something else, but this is how I see it. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Yeah.
I wonder, you said you were doing mono juice. If you can share with us which kind of juice, and if you have some ideas of which kind of juices could be better. Of course, it's going to be depending on everybody, but anyway. And then I would like also to know where are your retreats? In which place of the world?
Yeah. Well, my retreats are still in Dutch, but I'm thinking about doing them in English. So they are in the Netherlands, and once a year I'm on Ibiza for a retreat. And I'm thinking about Portugal for the future. So they will be in English probably. Yeah. Yeah. So monojuicing. Yeah, I use monojuicing for people who, so in when they start the process, so after the dry or water fast, they go into juicing. And when they have a lot of intolerances on food, so, or when they have Crohn's disease or other diseases with the intestines, I say, okay, we have to limit the, how do you call it, impulses the intestine get to just one for the coming next weeks. 8 weeks. So when this intestine just gets one product in it, like juice, it will have the time to heal. So we use that but it's not easy. I did it, but I have a kind of sports mind. So I see the goal and I go, yeah, like men. So I can do that. But when I look back at it, I think, okay, this wasn't very nice for my body. So I learned this. Yeah. So you have to do it 8 weeks. So we are sure that the inner lining of your intestines is healed. And then you can switch to just liquids or something else. Just what your choice is or what your body wants. Because you can ask your body then. Yeah, so I used the monojuicing for that. And me, myself, I had a lot of intolerances. So I did the monojuicing. I thought, okay, this is the way. And I did it with orange juice and a little bit of carrot juice in it. So mono juice does not mean it's just one kind of juice. You can do a combination of juices, but it always have to be that combination. So not a glass of carrot juice in the morning and then in an hour and a half a glass of orange juice. No, they have to.
Je suis vraiment désolée à nouveau.
Yeah, they have to be together. So just one juice. So I did it with orange juice and a little bit of carrot juice. Yeah. Yeah. And what I see in my participants, that apple juice is a bit tricky because you can get diarrhea from it very fast. So, but other juices, it's just your preference. Yeah. And I always say, okay, it can be that in a couple of weeks, your intestines do not like the juice anymore. You will feel because you get bloated. And then you can switch one time to another kind of juice. Yeah. So in my retreats, my participants have a choice. So are you coming for healing the intestines? Okay, we start with the monojuicing for 8 weeks. Otherwise, take the more soft approach, do the juicing, juicing different kind of juices or liquids, and then they can do smoothies, juices, and soups in the evening. So because that is little bit easier to do, I think. So no chewing. And for other people, just eat. Yeah. Just eat, be aware, and just do it intuitive. Yeah. Because not everybody comes from the not eating part, of course. Yeah. But just keep the connection with your body. And of course, we know that when you are eating, when you are drinking just fluids, it is so much easier for the body. So it also opens the space for all of the old emotions to come up. So the process will speed on in this way. Instead of eating solid food, it will stay down. Oh yeah, and also I also can say this, I heard it before this week. So I have no more judgment on food, any kind of food anymore, what I had in the past because of my sport. And I just feel what would look nice to me, what I haven't tasted for a while. And also with the frequency, I think you come to a certain point that it does, I get tired from a heavy meal, but it doesn't lower my frequency when I eat something once in a while. I can see other dimensions and I can hear a lot and I can see a lot more than most people, but no, I don't see any difference in this. But I don't speak about that a lot because I think the most important thing is the body and being here on earth. So being really grounded. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I have kind of a question. I don't know if it's a question, but yeah. I have a friend of mine. She eats a salad every day, big bowl of salad. And she's one of the person that has most energy I ever met. She sleeps so few hours, and wow, she has these challenges too. Huh? But I met some people that are just eating one time a day, quantity of calories that is much less than what are taking the most people that I know that are on juice, and they have the same, or if not more, of the energy. And so yeah, I know that this liquid thing is very good, it's interesting, but I don't think it's I don't know.
Something you have to do
Yeah, I mean,
to reach it.
exactly, exactly. What are your point of view about this?
I think in the beginning it is nice to have a lot of processes coming up. So then I would recommend to keep it as liquid as possible. So you can do a lot of work in this first year. So I always say when you follow the protocol I give you, and I really look at it each person separately, you can do 10 years of therapy in one. And that's the beauty of keeping it kind of liquid. So a lot of processes can just get resolved in this first year. But after that, I think you really have to feel, okay, what would I like to enjoy? Because in this body, we want to use all of our senses. So touch, seeing, hearing, but also tasting. Because this is why we came here. This soul came into this body to experience. So also experience taste. So when you say that bowl of salad, and I felt my body do this. Salad. And I think that's the most important thing. So really feel, okay, what does this body want right now? Let's say you go to a restaurant and you look at the menu and you think, oh, I haven't eaten that for a while. Maybe I would like to taste that. And even if it's pasta or something. And if you really, you think I'm going to enjoy this with cheese. Oh, I'm really going to enjoy it. And you enjoy it, eating it, being very aware of what you're eating. All the taste buttons in your mouth are happy. And you are eating it in high frequency. And when I had to eat that bowl of salad, I would eat it with a low frequency. So it will cost me energy. And when I eat that pasta that I'm really enjoying, it will give me energy. So this is again listening to the body. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Dear Amudra, è stata una conferenza incredibile
It has been an incredible conference,
che penso abbiano toccato soprattutto le donne,
and I think that women have been touched a lot by this conference, particularly.
hai toccato un argomento che dal mio punto di vista ha ancora molto tabù.
You touched a topic that from my point of view is still a taboo.
Invece donne, parliamone fra di noi, parliamone anche con gli uomini.
Instead, women, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it between ourselves and also with men also.
Come te sono stata magra e adesso vado fiera della mia pancetta.
Like you, I have been thin, and now I'm really proud of my little big belly.
Quindi è vero, il corpo si trasforma,
It's true, body transform itself,
ma siamo come dei fiori che si aprono sempre di più.
but we are like flowers that open up more and more.
Grazie, grazie dal mio cuore, penso di portare questo grazie anche da parte di tante altre donne.
Thank you from my heart. I think I'm saying this thank you also from the part of a lot of women.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much also for the questions. Thank you. So happy to be here.